Hey everyone, Andrew with River North Gym. This is the first video in the mobility series that I'll be working on. So with all this time you have at home, you're probably sitting a lot more than you're used to, and that can be tough on the hip flexors and the low back. So we're going to go over a little series on how to unsit your hips, basically. So we're going to start with foam roller, right? If you're on one of these, I have an alternative coming up. Just bear with me for a minute. So to foam roll your hip flexors, I'm just going to drop one hip right on top of the roller, and then kind of lean off the side a little bit. All right, and then you can just use this bottom leg here just to kind of propel yourself back and forth on the roller. All right. It can be hard to target the inside part of the hip flexors. We're going to get to that in a second. So I actually kind of stay more to the outside part here, right? And just working this for about a minute per leg, okay? So once you do that, or if you don't have a foam roller and you have a lacrosse ball, same idea. For the lacrosse ball, instead of hitting the outside chunk here like you hit with the roller, you can hit more directly on. If you find your ASIS, it's that bony part right in the front of your hip, and then just follow that line straight down, right? And just drop that, again, right onto the lacrosse ball. All right, you probably won't need to move as much here because there's actually a lot of pressure. So you can just let your body weight and gravity do the work. All right, you can move a little bit if you need to, but I'm actually like right on the muscle right here, so I'll just kind of sit and let that go. Again, spend about a minute on this. All right, now if you don't have either a lacrosse ball or a foam roller, then you can try to get at it with your fingers. So just grab a chair, right? Take a seat, whatever side you're doing, kind of leave that off to the side a little bit, right? So again, take your thumb, find the ASIS, that bony part in the front of your hip, and then just come down basically right from there, about 2 inches, right? There's a thick chunk of muscle there. All right, that should be the hip flexor, and then you can just apply a lot of downward pressure. To check, you can also lift this foot about 2 inches off the ground, and you feel that muscle fire up right below where your thumb is. That's the muscle you should be hitting. And then just apply some steady, constant pressure for about 30 seconds to a minute. Might actually be kind of tough on the thumb if you're pushing hard enough. It's not as good as using a roller or a lacrosse ball, but it's something that you can kind of like mash that muscle a little bit and get it to open up. All right, so once you get both sides with that, I'm going to follow up with a quick stretching sequence. So the first one we're going to do, we call it a 3-point hip flexor stretch. So go ahead and take a knee. You want a 90-degree angle at both the back knee and the front knee. Right, this hip is directly over this knee. You're going to take this arm, right, and you're just going to slide this up and forward while pushing your hips forward, right? About 2 seconds, hold, come back out. All right, you're going to perform 5 reps going forward like this. All right, make sure you're not arching your back away, right? Keep the abs tight, just lean straight into it. All right, so normally you do 2 more there. Then you do 5 reps going off the side like this. All right, same idea, 5 reps, but now the arm's just moving in a slightly different direction. And then 5 more reps, twisting over the front leg, and you're really gonna feel it open up even through the ribs here a little bit. All right, so then do 5 reps there, and then switch sides. The last thing you'll do is a basic couch stretch. So you can do this off the edge of your couch or a chair or whatever you have. You can even just go against the wall if you need to. Right, go ahead and if you don't have a mat, you can just like fold up some towels or put something there to cushion your knee. Having your knee on like bare hardwood floor or tile can be pretty uncomfortable. But then same ideas with that 3-point hip flexor stretch that I just showed you. Right, just push the hips forward, sit them nice and tall. We're not arching away, right? We're not hunching over. Keeping the abs tight, just leaning into it. All right, you should be able to get a pretty good stretch here. If you need more, again, just feel free to take that all the way over your head. You should feel that creep up, deep into like the low abs there. That's actually kind of where your hip flexors attach. All right, so spend about a minute here, and then that's our hip flexor sequence. So if you've been sitting for a long time, or if you get some lower back pain, if your hips ever feel really tight or like pinchy in the front when you squat, this will help open all that up. Really good one to do when you've been sitting for a long time. There's also written directions in the comments, and so feel free to ask a question or leave a comment. Let us know how you like this series. Thank you.